Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make this really pretty sparkly card. This was my swap for the Stampapalooza event that I just went to this last weekend, and here are some of the swaps that I made. So let me show you the two stamp sets we're using. We're going to use the It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year greeting, and this is in the Wonderful Year stamp set. And then for the hat, we're going to use the Jolly Friends. And this also has a matching punch that you can get in a bundle and save 10%. Let me get the pieces. Let me give you the measurements of those. So the base of the crumb cake is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then you'll have a piece of real red. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece of crumb cake, and this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to first stamp on our crumb cake layer right here. And I already have my stamp on the block. We're going to use the Versamark ink pad. Mine looks really bad, but it still works great, so don't let that fool you. So we're going to take our embossing buddy, and I'm going to rub that across the base, the cardstock. This prevents static, so when we add our embossing powder, it won't cling to the cardstock and make like little splats, unless you like that look. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. Now this is a fairly large stamp, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it upside down with the ink pad. Making sure you get really good coverage. Okay, so let's see if I can center this, hopefully without putting my head in the camera. Hopefully that's good. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take another piece of real red cardstock. Okay, so we're going to take the hat part of the punch. Let me show you this. This is the Santa hat punch. And I'm going to stamp the hat. Now you're going to want to pay particular notice to how the stamp sets so it matches up with the punch. And I went ahead already and did that. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch this one out with the punch so I don't really need the embossing buddy. Okay, so now we're going to grab our embossing powder. Okay, so we're going to be using the brand new Real Red Glitter embossing powder. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But look, there's Emerald Envy embossing powder with glitter too. So pretty. So let me grab that. I already have this out because I've been making the cards. I have this here. So let me just scoop that up. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, so sparkly. Okay, so there's the front. Oh my god. Okay, so we're going to set these pieces aside. I'm going to show you what I did to the edge of the real red piece of cardstock. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. So what I did, let me close up my Versamark ink pad. Okay, so what I did is I took the fine tip glue pen and I'm just going to run a line. Now this is a dimensional sheet that doesn't have dimensionals on it anymore, but it makes it slippery. So when I'm running this glue pen along this cardstock, I can run a straight edge. So I guess that's your tip of the day. At least that's what I found that works good for me. So I just put my hand on this and see how good it slides without it, you know, being choppy. All right, so I'm going to take this tip of this glue pen and I'm just going to put it right on the edge of the cardstock and I'm going to press it so I can almost hear this pin dragging across the cardstock. And I'm just going to run it right down the edge of the cardstock. Okay, then all I did was I took the embossing powder and then just dip that glue where I ran that edge of that glue, just run that through the glitter embossing powder. Then we're just going to go ahead and heat set this with the other pieces. So let me grab my heat tool. Okay, so before we heat set this, I wanted to show you this piece. You can overheat this embossing powder very quickly. So it's not like the other embossing powders where you can actually see it change, where it's very visible. where it's got the glitter there, so it's kind of camouflaging that whole change with it being a powder to the embossed clear image. So you can see right here, I hope that picks up, you can tell it's not shimmery there anymore. So what had happened is I overheated that area of the embossing powder. And see, it's not as shiny in that one spot. Hopefully that's showing. Go ahead and grab our heat tool and we'll heat set all these pieces here. Okay, so isn't that pretty? And then here's the hat. So let's grab the punch and punch that out. Okay, so we're going to grab our Memento ink and some Whisper White. Let me move this out of the way. We're going to stamp the little hat rim and the little pom-pom, and this is also in the same stamp set. So we're just going to stamp the little pom-pom. And now the rim, you have to make sure how you're lining that up with the punch also. So you want to stamp it the way it's punching out. So I'm going to stamp this down here. Okay, we're going to take our punch, line that up, and then the little pom-poms right there. Cute. Okay, so all I did for the hat was I took the liquid glue, and you'll want to let this set to dry for a little bit. Put that on the hat. Okay, and I already did one and it's dried, so I just put some dimensionals on the back side of that. So let me set this one aside. Then we're going to pop this up on the corner of the greeting right here. Cute. All right, so then we're just going to pop the whole card up on dimensionals. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so there's the cute little Christmas card. Very simple. Okay, so I wanted to show you the embossing powder with the red glitter. So pretty. And then I want to open the green up and show you what that looks like. Can you see the sparkle in that? Oh my gosh. So pretty. And there's the red. And these are both available in the holiday catalog right now. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.